So next we go to second subchapter, parallel versus concurrent. Right. So whether process or threads can run at the same time, so the answer is it depends. So on a system with multiple processor or CPU core, multiple process or thread can be executed in parallel. On a single processor, it is not possible to have process or thread truly executing at the same time. In this case, the CPU is shared among running process or thread using a process scheduling algorithm. The term parallelism and concurrency distinguish between the two types of real or approximate simultaneous operation. Okay, so concurrency that means satu CPU boleh run multiple proses kan. Okay, parallelism kita gunakan multiple CPU. Right. Now, concurrency means that an application is making progress on more than one task at the same time or at least simply at the same time concurrently lah. If the computer only has one CPU, the application may not make progress on more than one task at exactly the same time, but more than one task is in progress at the time inside the application. So to make progress on more than one task concurrently, the CPU switches between the different tasks during execution. Okay, CPU kan terpaksa switch kan. Okay, so nampak tak? Kalau kita tengok ni, task 1 and task 2, dia macam kena tunggu, macam ada kena tunggu giliran kan. Okay. In parallel execution is when a computer has more than one CPU or CPU core and makes progress on more than one task simultaneously. However, parallel execution is not referring to the same phenomenon as parallelism. Ada satu lagi nama dia parallelism. Okay, so CPU and task boleh multiple run at the same time kan, at once kan. Multiple CPU. Okay, here task 1 run by CPU 1, task 2 run by CPU 2 kan. Okay, ada satu lagi nama dia parallel concurrent execution. It is possible to have parallel concurrent execution where threads are distributed among multiple CPUs. Thus, the thread executed on the same CPUs are executed concurrently, whereas threads executed on different CPUs are executed in parallel. Kan? Nampak tak? Kita ingatkan tak boleh ada multiple task. Dalam multiple CPU sekarang ni kita ada banyak task kan. Ni contoh lah. Kalau kata dalam tu beribu-ribu lah kan. Kita multiple core kita setakat paling banyak berapa? 24. Pernah tengok berapa? Saya pernah tengok 24 kan. 24 paling besar. Paling banyak saya tembak core lah. Maksudnya multiple core with hyperthreading lah. Kan. Dia ada berapa je. Kalau 24 berapa? 12. 6 kan. 12 core kan. 12 core. Ada 12 core. 8 core nampak 16 kan. Tengok kat mana tu. Serba kot. Alright. Parallelism. The term parallelism means that an application split its task up into smaller subtasks which can be processed in parallel, for instance, on multiple CPUs at the exact same time. So those parallelism does not refer to the same execution model as parallel concurrent execution, even if they may look similar on the surface. So to achieve true parallelism, your application must have more than one thread running, and each thread must run on separate CPU, GPU core, graphic card GPU core or similar. So sekarang dah ada GPU kan, graphic card processing unit. Right, so task being split into subtasks, we call it parallelism. Nampak tak? Right, ni parallelism. Beza dengan tadi kan? Okay, concurrency and parallelism combination. Concurrent, not parallel. Dia ada four jenis lah, 4 types lah. An application make progress on more than one task seemingly at the same time concurrently. So maksud ada concurrent, not parallel. Parallel, not concurrent yang kita belajar tadi, the application only work on one task at time and this task is broken down into subtasks which can be processed in parallel. Neither concurrent nor parallel. Dua-dua tak. It works on only one task at a time and the task is never broken down into subtasks or parallel execution. Ni kalau standard awal-awal kan. And then concurrent and parallel and application can also be both concurrent and parallel. Alright, so ada 4 ni. Concurrent, not parallel, parallel, not concurrent, neither concurrent, not parallel, and concurrent and parallel.